If you're seeking ways to liberate yourself from the burdens of life, to learn how to let go of the things that are holding you back, then this video is for you. Together, we will delve deep into the concept of letting go, exploring it in a profound and comprehensive way. When you truly understand and apply the art of letting go, you'll unlock the door to a happier and more serene life, where burdens feel lighter and your soul is free to soar. Before we embark on this journey of discovery, if you enjoy the content I share, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future valuable videos. Together, let's learn to let go, grow, and live a more fulfilling life. Letting go, two seemingly simple words, but they carry an inherent power that can transform our lives. However, for many people, letting go is a significant challenge, an abstract concept that is hard to grasp. They do not know where to begin or how to release what has deeply rooted itself in their minds and emotions. In reality, letting go does not mean giving up or surrendering. It is not an act of weakness, but a choice filled with courage and wisdom. Letting go is about accepting that there are things in life beyond our control and learning to adapt to inevitable changes and losses. When we cling to the past, unrealistic expectations, or toxic relationships, we bind ourselves in a cycle of suffering and disappointment. Like a person carrying a heavy backpack, holding on to negativity only drains us and prevents us from moving forward. Imagine a woman who remains heartbroken over a love that has ended. She clings to beautiful memories and broken promises, constantly tormenting herself over past mistakes. This attachment not only causes her pain, but also prevents her from opening her heart to new opportunities, new loves, waiting ahead. Or think of a man who keeps holding on to a job that no longer suits him. He fears change, is afraid to step out of his comfort zone, and thus wastes his time and energy on a job that brings him neither joy nor growth. All the energy we spend on clinging to these things is wasted energy, energy that we could use to build a better, more meaningful life. Instead of drowning in the past or worrying about the future, focus on the present, on what you can control and change. Memory and imagination, two wonderful gifts that have elevated humans above all other creatures on this planet. Memory allows us to retain experiences, turning them into valuable knowledge and lessons. Imagination enables us to dream, create, and bring forth things that have never existed before. Yet these two qualities are also the source of our suffering. We agonize over past mistakes and worry about uncertainties in the future. Memory and imagination, rather than being the driving force that propels us forward, become chains that bind our souls. Ironically, many people feel exhausted by this complexity and long to return to a primitive time when apes merely swung from tree to tree without any thoughts or worries. But if we do so, aren't we wasting the extraordinary potential that evolution has bestowed upon us? We should cherish and use memory and imagination wisely. Let the past be lessons that help us grow, and let the future be the inspiration that drives us to keep striving. Only then can we live a full and meaningful life, worthy of the unique abilities that nature has granted to humankind. For the Stoics, letting go means learning to accept the world as it is, rather than trying to change things that are beyond our control. Epictetus, one of the famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "It is not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of their significance." According to the Stoics, most of what happens in life is beyond our control. The weather, other people's opinions, unexpected events. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor of Rome, wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind. not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. To him, true power does not come from controlling everything around us, but from mastering our thoughts and emotions. Letting go does not mean giving up all efforts or desires. Rather, it encourages us to act wisely and resolutely, without being attached to the outcomes. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, advised, "True happiness is not in getting everything you want, but in wanting everything you get." This encourages us to seek happiness from within, from acceptance and gratitude, rather than constantly chasing goals that are out of reach or conforming to societal standards. One more secret I want you to know: positive thinking has the power to significantly change how we experience life. Even in moments of sadness or difficulty, repeating positive affirmations can be like a ray of light, gradually illuminating and reprogramming our subconscious. This is not magic. It is a patient process of nurturing the mind with positive vibrations, and you will feel the change after just a few days of practice. When we consistently focus on the good things, our subconscious begins to register them and turn them into reality. Just like if you continually tell yourself, "I am confident," over time, you will genuinely feel more confident, and others will also perceive you as a person full of confidence. This is the magical power of positive affirmations. For example, if you are feeling disheartened by your current job, instead of sinking into negativity, try repeating the affirmation, "I have the ability to find a better job that aligns with my passion and skills." This positivity will motivate you to take action, seek new opportunities, and gradually move closer to your dream job. Or, if you are feeling down about a relationship that is not going the way you hoped, try changing your thoughts with the mantra, "I deserve a true love, where I am respected and cherished." This will help you break free from dependency, boost your self-esteem, and open your heart to healthier relationships. A particularly helpful mantra for letting go and accepting the present moment is, "I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to have a perfect life. My life is as it is, here and now." This mantra reminds us that no one is perfect, and life is not always rosy. Instead of comparing yourself to others or holding on to the expectation of an ideal future, learn to appreciate what you have and live each moment fully. Remember, the key to success lies in persistence and faith. Repeat positive mantras as often as possible, and you'll be surprised by the positive changes they bring to your life. Another mistake we often make is getting caught up in the whirlwind of perfection, constantly setting high standards for ourselves and expecting everything to go exactly as planned. We long for a flawless life, a career that is continuously advancing, a perfect love like in fairy tales. However, the harsh truth is that perfection is merely an illusion, a distant dream that we can never reach. Imagine a painting created with meticulous, perfect brushstrokes, flawless in every detail. At first glance, it might inspire awe and admiration. But upon closer inspection, you may realize that this very perfection makes the painting stiff, lacking in life, and unable to fully convey the artist's emotions. Life is much the same. If we continue to chase after perfection, we will miss out on beautiful moments, precious experiences, and the lessons of growth that come from mistakes and failures. Isn't it true that the most beautiful music often emerges from sorrowful notes? The most touching stories are about loss and suffering, and the greatest successes are often built on the foundation of bitter failures. Without challenges and difficulties, how can we forge our willpower, strengthen our resilience, and discover the hidden strengths within ourselves? Don't let perfectionism become chains that bind your soul. Accept that no one is perfect and no life is perfect. Learn to love and accept yourself, including your flaws and mistakes. View failure as an opportunity to learn and grow, rather than as an endpoint for your dreams and aspirations. Instead of tirelessly pursuing perfection, focus on improving and developing yourself every day. Set realistic goals, do your best, and keep learning from every experience, whether it is a success or a failure. Remember, the journey is more important than the destination, and it is those uncertain steps, those times of stumbling, that make a life worth living and meaningful. Everyone will grow old, and one day we will all die. Whether rich or poor, we are all equal in the face of death. That is true equality. For those who are always seeking to improve, remember that you do not need to be perfect. You do not need to cling to the perfect image you have of yourself or the person you wish to become. Letting go ultimately means accepting yourself with all your flaws, accepting life with its ups and downs, and embracing suffering, difficulties, and sadness, while also cherishing every beautiful moment and making the most of the present. Without suffering, there would be no happiness. Without sadness, there would be no joy. Without difficulties, there would be no brilliant success. It is in these challenging moments that we are built and developed. Never forget that. Let go now of the idea that we must be perfect, that our lives must be perfect. Accept our mistakes and the mistakes of others. Forgive those who have hurt us. This is true letting go. In the spirit of Stoic philosophy, accepting that life is never perfect is the first step toward achieving true peace and freedom. The Stoics believe that we often imprison ourselves in a cycle of perfectionism, setting strict standards for ourselves and always expecting everything to go according to our wishes. But the truth is, life does not always follow our plans. Epictetus once said, "We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it." This reminds us that perfection is just an illusion, and accepting imperfection is the key to freeing our minds. Imagine life as a rushing river, constantly changing and unpredictable. If we only focus on building dams to stop the flow, we will soon exhaust ourselves and lose our joy. But if we learn to swim with the current, accepting its twists and turns, its rapids and waterfalls, we will find a freedom and strength we never knew we had. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Welcome all that comes to you, good or bad, as part of your journey." An imperfect life helps us grow through stumbles and challenges. These experiences not only shape our character but also help us discover our true values. Seneca once said, "We become stronger by facing adversity. In hardship, we uncover our deepest potential." Without mistakes and failures, how could we learn patience, maturity, and realize that sometimes imperfection is the most wonderful thing of all? Stop chasing endless perfection. Do not let it become chains that bind your spirit. Instead, learn to love and accept yourself with all your strengths and weaknesses, successes and failures. See each mistake as a valuable lesson, each failure as a stepping stone for growth. As Marcus Aurelius advised, we should remember that we were made to endure and accept all that life brings. Remember that the past is gone, the future is yet to come, and only the present truly exists. When you focus all your attention on the present moment, you will realize that suffering has no place. The mind, with its endless thoughts about the past and future, cannot exist in the present moment. This is the power of the present. It frees us from the grip of the mind and the suffering it brings. Imagine this. You are walking in a garden full of flowers. Instead of worrying about what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow, focus on the beauty of the blooming flowers, their gentle fragrance, and the peace that nature brings. When you are fully immersed in the present, all worries seem to fade away. Especially for those who are perfectionists, remember that perfection is just an illusion. No one is perfect, and neither is life. Instead of tormenting yourself over shortcomings, accept and love yourself wholly. Repeat the mantra, I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to have a perfect life. My life is as it is, here and now. This mantra will help you break free from unrealistic expectations, restoring faith in yourself and in life. Persistently practice this mantra every day as a gentle reminder to live fully in the present. Gradually, you will find your mind becoming more peaceful, and your life will change in a positive direction. Because when you change the way you see the world will change the way it sees you. Next, there is a method to help us let go more easily and master the mind that I want to introduce: the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness, simply put, is the ability to clearly recognize and observe what is happening in the present moment without judgment or reaction. It is full awareness, being completely present with all attention and sensation in every moment of life. Unlike living in judgment or being stuck in the past or worrying about the future, mindfulness is a way to live fully in the present, deeply connecting with ourselves and the world around us. As Jon Kabat-Zinn, the founder of mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, once said, mindfulness means paying attention in a particular way, on purpose, in the present moment, and non-judgmentally. Mindfulness can be practiced in all aspects of life, from simple daily activities like eating and walking to more complex emotions and thoughts. In eating, instead of eating while watching your phone or chatting, take some time to focus on each bite. Savor the flavors, aromas, textures, and temperatures of the food. Notice how the food changes in your mouth, each movement of the teeth and tongue as you chew. This practice not only allows you to enjoy your meal more deeply, but also aids digestion and reduces overeating as you become more aware of when you are full. In walking, when you walk, pay attention to each step. Feel the soles of your feet touching the ground, the sensation of movement from heel to toe. Notice the sound of your steps, your breathing, and the air around you. You might try walking a bit slower than usual to sense each movement more clearly. This practice not only helps reduce stress, but also creates a stronger connection between the mind and body, helping you feel more grounded in the world around you. In emotions, when an emotion arises, instead of reacting immediately, pause and recognize it. Name the emotion. This is anger. This is anxiety. This is sadness. Observe it objectively, like an outside observer, without letting it overwhelm you. Notice where in your body you feel the emotion, perhaps a quickened heartbeat, a tense stomach, or shortness of breath. Simply acknowledging and accepting the emotion without trying to change or eliminate it, you'll find that it gradually subsides and loses its power over you. In thoughts. When thoughts arise, observe them coming and going like clouds passing through the sky. You don't need to cling to them or try to push them away. Treat them as a natural part of the mind without trying to control or attach to them. When you realize that thoughts are just thoughts, they will have less power over you, and you will find inner peace. There are many methods to practice mindfulness, from traditional methods like meditation and yoga to more modern approaches such as mindful walking, or simply focusing on daily activities with awareness. One of the most common and accessible ways is meditation. You can start by sitting quietly in a peaceful space, closing your eyes and focusing on your breath. Pay attention to each inhale and exhale, feeling the air pass through your nose into your lungs and out again. When thoughts or emotions arise, gently bring your attention back to the breath. Beyond meditation, you can also practice mindfulness through yoga, mindful walking, or simply focusing on everyday activities like washing dishes, sweeping the floor, or even listening to music. The important thing is to keep your mind always present in the moment, not allowing it to drift into the past or worry about the future. Mindfulness brings many benefits to both the mind and body. First, it helps reduce stress and anxiety. When you recognize and face negative emotions mindfully, you're no longer controlled or defeated by them. Instead of reacting automatically, you can choose to respond wisely and calmly. Numerous studies have shown that mindfulness helps reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, and improve sleep, thereby enhancing mental and physical health. Mindfulness also helps enhance concentration and creativity. When you're fully present in the moment, you will be able to focus better on your work, make more intelligent decisions, and foster creativity. Many artists, writers, and successful entrepreneurs share that they have applied mindfulness to overcome emotional blocks and create breakthrough works. Furthermore, mindfulness helps develop compassion and understanding. When you learn to observe yourself and others without judgment, you will naturally develop greater compassion, empathy, and deeper understanding. This not only improves personal relationships, but also contributes to building a more harmonious community and society. Finally, mindfulness helps you live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. When you cherish every moment of life, you realize that life is not just about goals and achievements, but also about the small, simple moments, like the song of a bird, the wind blowing through your hair, or a sincere smile. Practicing mindfulness is not a magic wand that can change your life in one day. It is a training process that requires persistence and effort. Start with small steps. Set aside a few minutes each day to focus on your breath or an activity. At first, you may find it challenging, as your mind is constantly distracted by thoughts and emotions. Don't get discouraged. Gently bring your attention back and remember that mindfulness is not about reaching a perfect state, but about awareness and acceptance of what is happening. Gradually, you will see positive changes in your mind and life. You will learn to let go of unnecessary burdens, face difficulties more calmly, and live fully in every moment. Remember, mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. And along that journey, you will find true peace and happiness amid the chaos of life.